We are at the National Quartet Convention. Sitting next to me, Gordon Mote. If you've seen any of the Bill Gaither programs recently, you're familiar with Gordon's work, but he's got a lot more going on than just those homecoming programs. And Gordon, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
It's great to be with you, man.
Now, I will frequently ask people on the show how they got involved in music or Southern gospel music, but I want to ask you how you started that piano playing, because that's pretty amazing.
Well, it was Thanksgiving Day. We were at my grandmother's house, and the family was all kind of just hanging out, talking, watching football, cooking. You know how things are on Thanksgiving. And my mom said that all of a sudden they heard the piano, and everybody wondered who it might be. And Mom said one by one they kind of started walking into the living room, and there sat a 3-year-old little boy who could barely reach the keys. And that was me, and I was playing Jesus Loves Me. And it was just a miracle from God, because only God can cause a 3-year-old to just start playing the piano out of the blue. So I love to tell that story because it gives God all the glory, and it just is another example of how awesome God is.
And we of course can ask you about the music and what's going on with Gordon Mote, but I'll tell you, I was a high school English teacher before I retired, and very impressed. I guess you were one of the first kids in your area to be mainstreamed in a
Yes.
public school. Now,
Yeah,
I know what that means, but
Right.
what was that like?
Well, there were a group of us, 5 of us, I think. My brother and I, and then 3 others. So yeah, 2 and 3 is still 5, even in 2010. 2 plus 3 is 5. I didn't do good in math, but I got that far.
Okay.
We all mainstream. We were all blind, totally blind, and we mainstreamed into public school in Gadsden, Alabama, which is where I'm from. I'm actually from a little town called Atala, but it's right there, Gadsden, Atala, it's all together. And we mainstreamed 1977. I was in 3rd grade, 1977, 78. And all the way through high school, most of that group stayed together. And we graduated. I was the oldest, but we were pioneers, you know. When I was in school, I didn't have Braille books. I think I might have had a Braille book to one class, but I had tapes. And then more than anything, I had to just listen in class and call my friends and try and get their notes or try to. So it was really hard.
Yeah.
Now with computers and being online and that kind, I mean, I'm a computer geek, so now that would be so much easier. But back then, it was a challenge. But I'm grateful because at a very early age, God taught me what it was like to work hard, but taught me what it was like to totally trust in Him. And my parents were always so encouraging and did whatever they could to make things easy. But at the same time, they always encouraged us to do everything. We didn't know that we were not capable of doing things sighted people could do, because our parents just said, yeah, try it. And so we did, and as a result, my brother is in radio, and he also works for a computer software company. He's living in Atlanta with his new wife, and I have a sweet wife of 18 years and 3 children, all of whom are very healthy, can see, and the whole bit. But even if they couldn't, it would be okay, you know.
Now, your professional career was much more country music oriented. Tell me some of those people that you worked with.
Well, I'm still very fortunate, blessed to be able to work in the studio every day. The day before we came here, I was working with Randy Travis. He's doing a new 25th anniversary album for Warner Brothers, which will be out next year, and it's really exciting. But I've worked for pretty much everybody: Rascal Flatts, Carrie Underwood, Brad Paisley, Darius Rucker, Josh Turner. Blake Shelton, Faith Hill. It's Keith Urban. It's be easier for me to name the ones I haven't worked with, because I always forget. But God's been very good. Has allowed me to be in some really cool situations. Been able to work with guys like Bob Seger and Kid Rock and Uncle Kracker, guys in the pop world, and try to just be Jesus, wherever I go. I don't want to hit people over the head with the Bible or any. I don't want to. I want to just be who I am, and be real, be funny, be whatever it takes, but just make sure that I show the joy of the Lord that's in my heart. And if we do that as a Christian body of believers, then people will eventually they'll ask questions. They'll know that there's something different about us, and so that's just kind of what I try to do.
Yeah, I think example is the best way to teach anything. Now, how did you end up at that piano playing position with Bill Gaither?
I'd known Bill in the studio from doing vocal band records, and when my first record came out, he got a hold of it and loved it, and he really wanted me to do well, and so he said, "Hey, I'll have you come out from time to time, and I think that'd be great." And so of course, I thought it'd be even better than great. And so I did a few shows with them. And then in March of '06, Anthony passed away, which took all of us by surprise. I don't know that I've ever heard someone like him. I don't think there'll ever be another Anthony Berger. Kim Collingsworth is really carrying that tradition of what Anthony did and does really well. Anthony was special, good guy. And when he passed away, it was sad for all of us. I had already been traveling with them from time to time. So about a month after that, Bill and I talked, and I said, he asked me if I would be interested, and I said, well, absolutely. But we didn't want to do anything that would be permanent. So Bill said, hey, why don't we date for about 6 months? And if we love each other, we'll get married.
All right.
And so that's kind of how it happened. And I'm still here 4 years later, and I'm loving it. I wish people could just be a fly on the wall and see all the interaction between all the artists and the vocal band. And we really do have a wonderful time, and it's fun to meet new people all the time and be in these different cities, and it's fun to do what we do. It really is.
Now, when Gordon Mote is at home, you just want to relax. What do you listen to for music?
Well, I listen to a lot of music. I love sports. I'm a big sports fan, so you might find me out on my porch swing listening to an Atlanta Braves baseball game, or I'm a big Alabama fan, so we're big Tennessee Titans fans. We love sports. So if I'm not listening to music, I'm probably people, if they want to watch Sports Center on ESPN, they come to my bus because they know it'll be on. But probably my favorite thing to do at home is just to be with the kids. And Kimberly, I'm married to sweet Kimberly. We've been married 18 years. We have 3 children. Samantha will be 14 in a couple of days. Ashton's got a birthday right around the corner too. He'll be 3. And then I've got a 10-year-old, Parker. He'll be 11 at the end of November. So things are pretty crazy around our house. We have a foreign exchange student living with us too. Her name is Pauline. She's from Norway, and she is as precious as she can be. So there's lots of stuff going on at my house, but I love going out and pushing Ashton in the big boy swing because he's big now,
Right.
and he can hold on by himself. So Daddy pushed me all the way to the sky. So it's fun at my house, going to ball games and going to, Samantha's involved in the drama at our school, and so we have a lot going on, and that's my favorite thing to do is just be with them.
That's excellent. Have you been recording?
Yes, working on that new album. Should be out after the first of the year. It's a concept album. It's an album that we're going to call Songs I Grew Up Singing. And it's some older songs that I grew up singing. How about that? Pretty creative title. But as I said, it'll be out in the first quarter of 2011. we're really having a lot of fun. We've been working on it for about 3 months, and we should hopefully wrap it up by November or whatever, and then hopefully middle of first quarter of the year it'll be out.
Is there a Gordon Mote website that we can visit?
You bet there is. It is really simple. It's just GordonMote.com. Put 3 W's before it, GordonMote.com. You can find out anything you ever wanted to know about me, my music, my family, our schedule, not only my solo concerts, but the vocal band, the homecoming tour. All of that and much more is at www.gordonmote.com. Hope folks will come by and give us a little visit. And if you want to buy any product or you want to know where we're going to be, any of that, GordonMote.com.
Gordon, thank you very much for talking to us on gospel music today.
This was fun. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to meet you and your sweet wife. And there's lots of crazy stuff going on over here, but thank you. We artists really appreciate what you do, and we appreciate you getting the message and our music out to so many folks who watch you, and continued success with your television show.
Thank you. There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.